Alright, so this is my submission video for ESA 2019. My name is Marvin and this is Dark Dodgers for the Nintendo 64. Let's just start a run, a showcase, whatever you want to call it. And at the beginning we have a few cutscenes, we can skip them by pressing start. At first I thought about having a donation incentive to make me play the cutscenes during the marathon if enough people donate for that. Turns out that cutscenes are pretty long, so we better not do that. Maybe I can find another donation center for this game. Anyway, right at the start we have a lot of interesting and wonderful glitches we do, and skips of course. I'll try to be as informative and as possible and explain everything to the fullest. I got the first and hardest trick in the game, at least in my opinion, the first try, that's good. Anyway, what I did there's this slide that you can jump up with frame perfect jumps. By getting to the loading zone up there, you get to the last section of the first area of the game. The first planet. And by leaving that section again, you get access to the second part of the level. Okay, and by walking against the stone, we can just clip through it and collect the first atom of the game. So this game, every world in this game has a few sections, a few parts, and by completing one section you gain access to the next section, and at the end there is a boss door that usually requires you to collect a certain amount of atoms, these green things that are floating in the air, but we can skip doing that in the first 4 worlds, which is pretty good. And that's how this whole game is structured, and we'll talk about that later. Maybe we'll talk more about that later, probably. So right there is the boss door of the first world. Normally we would have to collect 10 atoms to open the door and to get into the palace to fight the first boss. Anyway, we skip that. First of all, we need to cross this gap somehow. There's a little worm here, can eat us up and spit us out again so that we can just jump over this gap. Well, we're not jumping over it, but you get the gist. And now I'm luring this worm into the right position under the loading zone. Yeah, he saw me, that's good. And now he just needs to throw me into the loading zone, and it worked! Wonderful! Perfect! We are in there! This is all of these first tries. Wonderful. Okay, yeah, the loading zones usually stick a little bit out of the walls, and by going out of bounds we can just, well, touch these little parts of the loading zone that extend beyond the walls and, well, just skip things like this. Pretty great. This is actually world record pace right now. Anyway, now to something else I didn't explain so far. Walking in this game is not the fastest method of advancing. There is a way to jump while being 50% faster than just walking. And listen to the jumping noise here. If you hear that, that's the fast method of jumping. By sneaking around with the R button, you can sneak around with R, and jumping while doing that, you gain a lot of speed in the air, making you faster than just jumping normally. Can I... thanks. Okay, that's called the tiptoe jump, if I remember the name correctly. Okay, that's not good. Can I please not die? Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, that's okay. That's not too bad. There are way worse things that can happen later on in the run. Anyway, so now you know that we can gain a lot of speed by just jumping correctly. But there is more to the sneaking thing we can do. Sneaking in this game allows us to do a lot of things. We can also damage boost through these spikes through this spike door, floor here. Yeah, there are more things we can do with the sneaking. I'll talk about that in the second world. Whoa! What did happen? Whoa! Oh, okay, that's new. Yeah, a lot of things in this game tend to push you away from them with way too much speed, and this was not supposed to happen. I jumped too early. Let's just wait for the carpet to come down again. In the meantime, you could read out a donation. Yeah, if we were with a map one. Anyway, like I said, there are more things to the sneaking and the jumping and exploiting the jumping mechanics. I'll talk about that later in the second world. Now we have to face the first boss, which is pretty easy if you know what you're doing. That's pretty much the same for all the bosses in this game. If you know what you're doing, if you know the strategies for them, it's pretty easy and straightforward. Most bosses just have 1 or 2 attacks. This one has 2 attacks. This is the second most any boss has. The most attacks a boss has are 3. And his second attack is rotating and, well, spinning around. If he hits us, the attack stops and we can attack him again. The first attack is him swinging his sword 3 times again, but just staying close to him. This is over pretty fast, and we can hit him again. So now we try to stand as close as possible. That shot was almost frame perfect, yeah. That's not too good. Come, please don't kill me. Do not kill me. Thanks. Alright, that was good, I'd say. Well, not the palace. The whole palace thing was pretty bad, but the boss was good. And that was World 1, and that wasn't even too bad. I'm even better than my PB right now. I really need to get a PB. Anyway, so now we are on Earth again, Planet J for whatever reason. They could have called it Planet E, E for Earth, but they thought it would be a good idea to call it Planet J. Anyway, we're not here to talk about names. Yeah, let's not get hit by that car. Okay, so now we'll be exploiting. Oh, that was pretty fast. Exploiting the jump height here by pressing R and pausing while holding R, and then letting go of R and holding A while in the pause menu, and then letting go of then leaving the pause menu. We gain a lot of height. And by then jumping in the air, we can go so high that we can go onto the roof of these houses and make use of the fact that they don't have a wall at the back, and just get to the loading zone of the boss door that skips the whole planet. And now we're fighting the boss of the second world. It's pretty cool how convenient all of these things work. All of these things work out together. Anyway, this is pretty much an auto-scroller. This is Rocky, the mafia boss of Earth, probably. I have no idea what this guy really is. He throws bombs at us. They always have a random time, and after that time has passed, the bomb explodes. And 9 is the worst number you can get. It always has a random number between 3 and 9. 9 is the worst, 4 is actually the best. I always feel uncomfortable with 3. And sometimes the Z button doesn't want to work because you press Z to throw the bomb back to Rocky. And yeah, this would be a really good time to read out donations, since this is pretty much an auto-scroller. Well, all bosses are auto-scrollers, but this one especially, since you play catch with your mafia boss, with your mafia daddy. I don't know. Great guy, Rocky. Really good dad. I guess he's a good dad. I don't know. Oh god! That was too much speed. I almost fell down there. Okay, so we finished Planet 2, and now we get captured by Space Pirate Sam, one of Marvin's henchmen. Yeah, I didn't tell anything about the story so far, so let's talk about that. This game is about Dark Dodgers trying to save the universe from Marvin, the Martian, who has a pretty big cannon, a pretty big laser that could destroy Earth, and Marvin's plan is to destroy Earth. Pretty much the Star Wars plot here, since Marvin has a big laser like the Death Star, and he tries to destroy the Earth. Well, we are trying to stop him from doing that. And yeah, we're fighting his henchmen and Marvin himself. Anyway, Space Pirate Sam, Space Cowboy Sam. Well, he's a cowboy in the original TV show. Well, he captured us, and now we're trying to escape his prison. I would love to not get hit here anymore, because having 3 HP left is not good. 2 is really bad, but maybe we can get some HP somewhere. Yeah, would love to stay at full health here, but it seems like I will have to finish the first part of the... God, this is bad. It seems like I have to finish the first part of the... God, please, don't do that. The first part of the escape with only 1 HP left. Okay, thanks, this worked. By jumping while being here in the air here, we can skip the first room. I got some health here because I'm pretty low on health right now and I need every health I can have. So if this works out, yeah, this works out pretty good. The green stuff here, well, damages us. It's probably poison, something like that. And while we have some invincibility frames, we can just get hit by a laser there, which saves some time since we don't have to pay attention to that little thing there. Yeah, Davi, I'm waiting for the elevator here. And hopefully I can restore my full health here now, because I would love to have full health for the next few rooms to make them a little bit faster. Seems like I can get it, thanks, okay. It's a good thing to have full health for the next room. Oh boy, I'm rich. Funny thing you can do, doesn't really save any time or doesn't waste any time. Thanks to having full HP, we can just damage boost our way through this room and finish the escape sequence. So now we get to do the best glitch in the whole game, and it's the second hardest thing to do, I'd say. Well, maybe it's even the hardest thing. Maybe I lied at the beginning of the run. Let's see. So there's no real way to skip past the boss door of this world. So what do we do? What do we do? That's a good question, to be honest. And some YouTuber found a way to despawn the boss door. Wow, I'm impressed. It should have worked, I guess. Wait, I have to see if it worked. I guess it worked. Anyway, what we're doing here is we skip into the doors here. We clip into the doors, and it worked. Thanks. Wow, that worked pretty well. Okay. So what we did there? Let's save the game and restart the game. Okay, so I have some time to explain now. The whole room is pretty big and it also lags. That's why the developers of this game decided to split the room into a few parts. And if you cross a certain line, that line is the doors that I just clipped into there. You load the next section of the room and unload the last one. And by clipping into these doors, gaining a lot of speed by sliding, we can get pushed out of the trigger zone and enter it again and get pushed out again and corrupt the memory of the game a lot. Man, I need to focus right now. Yeah, like I said, we get to corrupt the memory of the game and we trigger loading and unloading of several parts of the world. Man, I just got hit a lot. Okay, can I just get a speed? Anyway, I shouldn't explain too much while doing stuff because this doesn't really work together. Yeah, I unloaded the boss door by triggering loading and deloading, and God, it's hard to explain something while doing a run, I'm sorry. But yeah, like I said, we did some crazy stuff back there. This... Can you please stop killing me? Here, take this bomb. Okay, so how this boss usually works, you lure Sam to one of these presses because you stand inside of them. He will not shoot you while you're in there because he wants to get to the bottom. Please don't kill me. And while you're in there, you can just throw the bomb at the wall and it will will be beside him. And when it explodes, it damages him. And if you get damaged too, he loses his invisibility frames and he gets hit again. Which hits him twice with only one bomb. And thanks to that, we only need 3 bombs, if done correctly, to defeat Sam. And I really hope they explained everything to your satisfaction. Because, oh god, a lot of things just happened. And I think you've figured out by now that there are way too much things happening at the same time or in a really fast interval in this game that it's hard to really explain anything. I really hope you don't mind. I hope I explained everything well enough. So anyway, we are in World 4. Now there is the boss door here. The door you're seeing right there. And there are 2 ways to skip this door. One is to do a lot of really hard and frame perfect jumps on the top of the walls here. You can actually get on top of the walls. But it's really hard and not really consistent. Well, this doesn't really seem consistent right now, does it? Anyway, the hitboxes of the floor and the wall right here, at the ledge here, are not put together that well. And by ground pounding here and pressing in the right direction, we can actually just clip through the ground. Yeah, you just saw that it almost worked there. Let me try to do it again. Oh, okay, you can also just jump through it, that's also possible. You can do it however you want. At least, after all, we just want to swim underneath the loading zone and get to the boss area. So I'm pretty happy that I got this far while explaining most of the things of the game. I hope I explained most of the things. Because now the hard part of the game is over, we can just relax and have fun while playing the game. God, I'm happy that I got this far without any problems. And all of the skips, by the way, work pretty nicely, to be honest. So let us get to Atlantis. Or at least something like Atlantis. This fourth world is something like Maya, Mayhem, please don't kill me, Mayhem Ice World, and there's a fly in my room. Can you please go away? I'm trying to do one here. And we have a pretty nice boss at the end, a really nice boss. And we also have Atlantis. A lot of things are coming together here for whatever reason. Let's just not think about that too much. We have a little labyrinth here that we have to walk through. It's not too hard. I should pay attention that I don't fall down here. And I shouldn't... Can I... Thanks? that didn't really work. I shouldn't overjump stuff, by the way. But since I played this game more than often and more than enough, I know where to go. So this isn't really a labyrinth for me anymore. I really shouldn't get... Anyway, let's just continue. Yeah, this labyrinth is pretty straightforward. We have 4 platforms that are falling down. And now we get to the boss of the 4th world. Have it your way. And it's our birthday, it seems, because Marvin has a really big surprise for us. Yeah, that's Marvin, by the way. That's the evil guy, the final boss. Don't be too fast here. If you jump at him, like I said, things like to push you away. You get pushed away from Marvin with a lot of speed, and you are pretty likely to fall down. And yeah, it's time for the worst boss in the game. This is just an auto-scroller pretty much. You can, in the first phase, you can just sneak around and you'll still be faster than the stone guy. He damages himself by ground pounding, and you can see that one of the platforms is a little bit different in color than the others. That's the one that will not fall down. And we have to do this 4 times and then he's done. And again, this would be a really great opportunity to read out some donations, if we had any. Yeah, a lot of good places to read out the nations. Anyway, I'll just, well, have some fun here with tiptoe jumps, tiptoe jumps, with sneaking, with walking, and more jumping. Yeah, this is an auto-scroller boss, and there's nothing I can do about that. Woohoo! Second time damaging. Also, the hitboxes of these platforms are really strange while they are rumbling like that. They can actually push you away and make you slide. If you're really unlucky, you can get stuck at some points and even fall down to your death. At least I had that happen once. I mean, like, it's not too big of a deal since you can save before the boss, even if you game over. And if you die here, you can just start from the beginning on again if you have some lives left, but yeah, since this boss is a really long auto-scroller, you don't really want to die here. I think the boss takes like 4 or 5 minutes, so yeah, don't die. Please don't die. I would prefer if you wouldn't kill me. I really would prefer if you wouldn't do that. I cherish life, I cherish a good speed run, so please don't end this run. But yeah, things are looking good. We just have to wait until this guy is done with his stuff. And then we can continue. We're almost done with the run, to be honest. This is World 4. Like I said, we can skip most parts of World 1 to 4. But we have to do the most stuff in World 5. We have to collect 18 of 20 atoms in World 5. And yeah, you will see me doing that in a few seconds, since this boss should be done in any second now. I guess. Maybe? Can you please... still at it. Still going. I think that's it. I think this should be the last time he's chased. Ah! No, one more time. Okay, but that's the end. Come on. Okay. So normally there would be a cutscene, yeah, this cutscene, but we can collect the atom before the cutscene plays, and we can skip the cutscene. Skipping like 1 second maybe. Okay, it's time for the last world of this game, World 5, Planet X. It's time to actually play the game. It's time to actually play the game. What a surprise. At the first part of this planet we have to collect 6 atoms to get into Marvin's laboratory. There is a way to skip getting 6 atoms, but we have to get at least 5 because we need to have 18 for the final boss door. Anyway, we have to get at least 5 here. Like I said, you can skip past a door that we'll see in a few minutes. But since I want to be on the safe side and not lose a lot of time to a skip that only saves like maybe 20 seconds and can lose more than that, I'll just not do that and be on the safe side. Anyway, we have to collect 6 atoms at the beginning, and for some reason there's a mole, a really aggressive Hulk mole, that in 3 of these caves, and that guy wants to kill us, but he also has an atom and we need to get that one. Something special about Planet X and also about the 4th world, which we already skipped, is that in these 2 worlds, at random times, an X can appear on the ground. Ah, that's not good. Ew. Ew. God, that wastes so much time. Yeah, that's a small, by the way. Well, now you saw the mole. Yeah, anyway, so we have these randomly appearing axes in this world. There should one be... Nah. Oh no, we didn't get to see one now. Wait. I think we already saw some of them. Ooh, well. Anyway, now to the spaceship part. We need to fly across space to get to the last, to the 5th atom of the first section. And we are almost there. We need to get to that point. You can also touch the loading zone from outside of this red thing, but I prefer to not do that since it sometimes doesn't work. It's also a good idea to do tiptoe jumps to be faster here, since these flying brains that collect the blue star pieces can stop you. And yeah, if you jump at them, they just stop you. It's not nice. Anyway, again, this would be a good time for donations, but yeah. This is not a marathon. This is not ESA, this is just a normal Sunday evening. I don't have to work tomorrow, by the way. I took the day off tomorrow. I wonder why, I forgot why. Anyway, we have 5 atoms in this world so far. And now we need to enter Marvin's laboratory. So here is a little air thing, we get our 6th atom. And by talking to this green guy, he will be astonished by the fact that we have 6 atoms, and he will gladly open this door. We can skip past the door if we really wanted to. But like I said, it's not really marathon safe, so I'll not do that. And now it's time for the hardest part of the whole one, since this doesn't really include any glitches and tricks that could skip anything. And I fall down. I fell down. Don't do that. I tried to skip a few stairs here by doing an hip hopper. Yeah, that's what these high jumps are called. But it didn't really work out, so yeah. Let's just do the normal way. But even though this is the hardest part of the whole one, things are quite interesting here. As you can see, they had a lot of cool ideas for this last planet. Here they play around with the speed of the game. So this part of the room is really fast, the other one was really slow. And one of them had like 0 gravity. Like I said, the last planet is really cool. And yeah, this is the first time you actually see me collecting atoms, since I need them to get to Marvin. So this is a really cool room. You can see there was please get the bomb. Thanks. You can see there were some atoms in the air. There was a bomb I could grab by jumping real high. Yeah, that was the coolest room that you will see in the whole run. I guess, I would say. So this is a pretty neat little shooter section. We have a laser gun. And we have to kill these eggs that are wandering around and are trying to shoot us. This room has 2 atoms, one is here. Thanks for having that. There were also some lasers that... damn it! Don't do that. Don't do that. I do not have enough HP for that kind of thing. So the last atom is here. Atom. Do I even pronounce that correctly? Atom. 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 Oh no, this will not work. Okay, I should take this slowly since I only have 1 HP left. Yeah, let's not waste more time by trying to be fast and dying. I shouldn't do that. Okay, we got it. We in there. So I'll save just to be sure. I'll also take the HP here to not die in the next room. The next room, well, in space. Let's get to the second last section of the world. Of the game. Not the world, the game. So now we are in space, and these rooms have no floor. These rooms are especially hard in my opinion. It's pretty easy to die, you just need to mess up at one point and, well, you die. And have to repeat. I have to redo the whole room again. So let's just hope I don't fall down. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Yeah. Doesn't matter, we have a lot of lives left. We just saved, so we're on the safe side. We're on the safe side. We had a really good run going so far. I was too quick there. Doesn't matter. I can just collect more HP on the way. Maybe I should try to be a little bit slower since, yeah, everything is fine. I should just slow down a little bit even though this is a speedrun and enjoy what this game has to offer. I'm not enjoying getting hit by lasers. I'm not enjoying this, like I said. Okay, I'm moving a pretty bit slower here because I don't want to die and I would love to collect the atoms while I'm at it. Okay, thanks for not dying. I'll take a hit, but I don't want to die. Okay. Two rooms left before we can finish this section. Okay. Please work, please. Thanks. Okay. This is always a pretty tight thing, and I'm happy that it works all the time. So here we have the hardest enemies in the whole game, the dodos, the green chickens. I have no idea what these things are, but I know that these things can walk in the air. They do not fall down for some reason if they walk in space. I would love to know why they can just walk in space while I cannot do that. I didn't get the atom. Please get the thing. Please get the thing. Oh man, this run. Some nice aesthetics here. Some more lasers, and please don't fall down. Thanks. This is not really a clean run, but like I said, I'll take a hit, I'll take a death, but not more than 2 deaths, but not more than 1 death. Okay, so last section of the Epsilon Space Zone. I didn't even know it was called Epsilon Space Zone. Well, the more you know. This section requires a little bit of attention in for me, since you still can fall down. The atoms are hard to get. Okay, I got it. I'm doing a lot of risky jumps here, but everything seems to work out just fine, I guess. Okay, we got the last atom. Thanks God, I was pretty... I didn't like that. Anyway, we got it. Let's just heal up one last time and enter the last section of the game. The transformation zap zone with no atoms. So we get turned into a flower dog with a flag as tail. I have no idea what I am. I think this has something to do with the TV show. In case you didn't know, Duck Dodgers was a pretty cool TV show back in 1900 something with 9. I have no idea when the show aired on TV. But it was a pretty cool show. And I think this something from the TV show, it doesn't really make sense in this aspect, but yeah, let's just take it. For some reason, by the way, I glitched the game. I glitched the game into thinking I am... Whoa, what the hell? What is happening here? What is... Cool. Okay, I think I fixed the game by transforming once more. What the hell? I tricked the game into thinking I was the duck while I was the dog and I could punch. I actually wanted to show that I can bark while being a dog, but for some reason This was pretty interesting. Okay, please don't do that again, game. I was shocked. I was scared for life. Anyway, we are a chicken now. We can make noises like a real chicken. I'm sorry, I didn't want to do that. I did it for some reason. Anyway, yeah, this is not really hard. This is pretty straightforward. Another place where you could just read out the nations if they there were any. Something you could mention is that flying with the chicken is faster than just walking with the chicken. Man, I'm still shocked by the thing that just happened there. I glitched the game for some reason and I have no idea how I did that. Probably because I got hit by something. Yeah, this game is pretty, the game is not coded too well. I guess you've seen that by far. Okay, last part of the game before we have to fight Marvin. We need to collect 3 keys, 3 golden keys. I'm taking it slow here because I don't want to fall down because I overshoot it. 3 golden keys, I think that's the theme of a game, of another game somewhere else, but I can't think about it right now. Anyway, again, this is pretty straightforward. This would be a good time to read out donations if there were any, but I could just talk about the game in general, I guess. Yeah, not happening too much here. I hope I don't fall down while going onto the blue platform here. I had once dying thanks to this blue platform because I overshooted it and well, I missed the platform. Not the nicest thing to happen. Oh, I hit the box there. Pretty cool thing. Yeah, there are a few things you can do here and there in this room to speed up things. You shouldn't get, you shouldn't land on an axe that wastes time. Yeah, you can just skip a few things here and there by landing a few good hits. Here we have another boss of the game. Oh yeah, that's the boss. The chicken. Not too hard of a boss, we can just jump and shoot while we go a little bit backwards with every jump. And eventually he will take some damage and he will attack us with some torpedoes, or we will... I have no idea what he's doing there, he's doing a mess. He is pretty nice to me, by the way, right now. He could spawn some little eggs that would fight against me. He could go after me and try to pick me. He will explode after being defeated, so I need to have at least 1 health left after doing all of this. And yeah, we're almost done with this. And whoa, that's a good run. I mean, like, this is not world record, but this is a really good run. Not too bad, not too good, but pretty clean run, except for a few things here and there. So hey, this is Marvin, the last boss of the game. Time ends when we hit Marvin for the final time. He has quite a lot of HP. There are a few things you can do to speed up the fight. That includes standing somewhere while he shoots his blue lasers at you. And yeah, he does it again. This is pretty much the perfect pattern. He shoots his lasers at you, you just stand in place and jump until he's done with that, and Dark Dodgers will aim at him without having you jump at him. And yeah, this is pretty much the perfect pattern. Yeah, not much to say, this is pretty much the perfect pattern. He also can shoot missiles at you. That would be faster, and I think he starts doing that if he only has 3 health left. Yeah, now. Oh, you can see Marvin also has a dog that is going after me right now. And that's time. It would be 38, 37, I think, whatever. Okay, that was the run. That was Dark Dodgers for the Nintendo 64. Commentary got a little bit crazy at the end. I hope you don't mind. I did my best to explain things. If you want this to be part of the marathon at ESA, I will have 2 other people with me that will do the explaining job for me, with me. We'll tell them what to say at certain parts of the game so that I can concentrate on the game while they do the talking. And that's everything I have to say about the game, I guess. I don't feel too well about the submission video, but I guess it brings over the point. I guess the beginning of the video is pretty good. Yeah, it was a nice one. I can probably finish. Oh no, I shouldn't do that. This messes with my best splits. with my sum of best segments. Whatever. These are the credits. You don't need to watch them. Thank you for watching so far. I would love to run this at a marathon. And I guess that's all I can say about this. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Good night, wherever you live. Have a nice day.